Namandavs, 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 namandavs,
Well, good morning, everyone. Nice to see you here on this wonderful Sunday morning service. My name is Ralph Honda, and I am going to be your chairperson for today's service. Today's Dharma leader is Arturo Rubio, our Certified Minister's Assistant, and he is being assisted by Yukari Williams. And thank you to Noriko Kawai for ringing the concho or the calling bell for the service this morning. I think I think the beginning of the week was kind of earth shaking for us, right? We had a little bit of an earthquake on Monday, so I'm sure most of you felt it. So you didn't feel it, Flynn? Were you at school? Okay, but you didn't feel it. Okay, but that was quite a start to our week. So, and we've had a wonderful weekend. We're here today to enjoy our service, and so thank you for joining us this morning. We will begin this morning's service with silent meditation led by Arturo, and so please place your hands together in Gasho.
We are what we think. All that we are arises from our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandabs, namandabs, namandabs.
Thank you. We will now have sutra chanting of the Jusege, and that can be found on page 35 of the service book.
Gagon chosegan Ishimu jodo Shigan fumanzog Seifujo shogan Ga omuryoko Fuidai seshu Fusai shobingu Seifujo shogan Gashi jobutndo Myosho chojipo Kukyo mishomon Seifujo shogan Ryokujin shonen Joe shubongyo Shigumu jodo Isho tenin shi Jinriki endaiko Fusho musaido Shoujo sankumyo Kosai shuyakunan Kaichi egen Meshi konoan Eisoku sho akudo Tsudatsu sen shumon Koso jomanzok Iyoro jipo Nichigatsu shujuki Tenko onfugen Ishukai hozo Kose kudoku ho 上大集中説法ししく供養一切仏具足習徳本願念信条満徳意三害用如仏無下知通達未不詳願学エリック都市最小尊志願や国家大聖の感動国書天人と珍妙見ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等性際道本菩提心往生安楽合唱ナモアミダ仏ナモアミダ仏ナモアミダ仏ナマンダーブズナマンダーブズナマンダーブズ
Thank you. You know, this weekend we're also observing Earth Day, which we observe every year. So we have a special message for the Dharma School this morning, students, and it will be the message will be given by Mr. Climate T-shirt. Okay. So, Mr. Climate T-shirt, thank you for sharing your message to the Dharma School this morning.
Could the pre-teenagers come forward? Yeah. Fourth grade and any more? Any more want a book? I've got more books. 1, 2, 3. Today, the Buddhist Temple of San Diego celebrates Earth Day, a day for our Earth and all who live there. Earth Day started in 1970. I was there. Back then, Since then, Americans have met together to listen to the rest of nature and understand our effect on it. Earth Day closely parallels our Shin Buddhist teaching. Amida, whose statue is hidden in the center of the Naijing up there, is the Buddha of wisdom and compassion. Let's follow our Buddhist teachings by listening to nature's wisdom. For those who do not know me, I'm Mr. Climate T-shirt. Occasionally, I'm called Roger. I'm a retired computer scientist. So then, forgive me then if I speak about numbers too much. 2 decades ago, my son, Will Rogers, had some numbers for his science project that he wanted me to help him with. I helped him with him and let those numbers tell their story. Will's numbers were a list of global mean near-surface temperatures from NASA. No, Arturo, don't get me started explaining what those are. Otherwise, I'll talk your head off. But they're the average temperature of the Earth. I had a Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree moment when I looked at them. Not only was the Earth warming, but that warming was accelerating, getting faster and faster, speeding up exponentially. That is not good for our Earth and all who live there. Fixing the global warming problem, cooling things down, would be a big project. One action couldn't do it. One person couldn't do it. Not even one generation could do it. So how do we do it? How do we apply Amida's compassion to a dangerously warming world? I brought some books for you. The book is Count on Us by Gabby Snyder. It concerns some people who embark on the problem I just mentioned. One action, one small person taking one small step towards big changes. It grows to bold banners. People might hold banners when they demonstrate. Like this one, made by chopsticks attached to a piece of paper. Whoa. Ain't I clever? Number 3, caring about nature. Number 4, demonstrating against deforestation. Deforestation is chopping down all the trees in the forest, not just 1 or 2. 5, environmentalist. An environmentalist studies nature, especially where animals, place, and people live, their habitats. Number 6, fighting for nature. The girl with the sign that says School Strike for Climate, which is in Swedish, is a well-known. Her name is Greta Thunberg. At 15-year-old, she started a movement called Fridays for Future, which is global now. She grew a movement. Number 7. Number 8, healthy habitats. There's that word again. A habitat is a home or environment where a plant or animal lives. Habitats can be destroyed when humans cut down trees, etc. Number 9, inspiring ideas. You might remember an Earth Day where I read a book called Baby Loves Green Energy. That was full of inspiring ideas. Number 10, joining generations. We old fossils have to join with you Dharma School students to get this problem solved. Number 20, kids for conservation. Conservation is preserving instead of destroying. Number 30, lighting the way. We all know about the LED, the light-emitting diode. More light, less heat. Good thing in a hot climate. Number 40, mighty marchers carrying their banners. A lot of demonstrations recently. Number 50, native plants to nurture. There are lots of native plants that were here before we came along and brought things from Europe and Asia that need to grow. Number 60, organizing ocean cleanups. My granddaughter out in Galita does that with her father. Number 70, penguins to protect. These guys with their orange eyebrows are rock hoppers, penguins. Number 80, questioning. Number 90, you see this symbol frequently now. Reducing, reusing, recycling. Produce less waste. Number 100, speaking up for science. I go to a group at UCSD that does that. And now we get into the powers of 10. We computer scientists love this stuff. Number 1,000. Number 10,000. Number 100,000. Number 1 million, 10 million, 100 million youth, including you. Finally, 1 billion. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000 is a billion. It all started with one small step, one small action, and grows and grows and grows into billions, making big changes. So there's your book. And now we move on. Yeah. In Kyoto, Japan, the old imperial capital and home to our Hongwanji, the first blooming of ornamental cherry blossoms is a noticeable event. The blossoms mark the end of winter. People note this warm and wonderful day in their writings. Yakuzuki Ono, a scientist at the Osaka Metropolitan University, collected these references. Each of those references is a little green dot. Can you all see the little green dots scattered on the graph? The squiggly red line is something I computed is the moving average of those dots. In warm years, cherry blossoms bloom early as the 84th day of the year. In cold years, they bloom late, as late as the 124th day of the year. The oldest record in this collection dates to the year 812. That is 1,223 years ago. To put that into Japanese Buddhist history that your Dharma School teachers teach, Prince Shotoku, who brought Buddhism to Japan, ruled in the early 600s. That's over here on this graph. Shinran lived in the late 1100s and early 1200s, about here on that graph. Renyo lived in the 1400s, about here on that graph. You heard that? I heard it. Every time I present this message of cherry blossoms, some Einstein at the back of the room says, but this is the 21st century. We got thermometers. We don't need cherry blossoms. The first weather thermometer records started in the 1700s, about 4 centuries ago. Exponential warming on my T-shirt warns of that I'm trying to apply to the compassion of Amida too, started later that century. If every 400 years or so, the weather just warmed, thermometers wouldn't have recorded it because they weren't there, but cherry blossoms were. However, people have recorded cherry blossoms for 12 centuries. The blossoms say that there haven't been these sudden increases for 1,000 years, 10 centuries. Then both the cherry trees and the thermometers agree in the last 200 years something happened and everything quickly started warming. It excited some people so much they started making T-shirts. The wisdom of cherry blossoms is this. The sudden exponential rise in temperatures is without precedent. It did not happen for 10 centuries. Both the cherries and the thermometers agree that something we should do, we should apply to fix. So Dharma School students, will you count? I thank you.
Well, Mr. Climate T-shirt, thank you for sharing your Dharma message with the students and with the Sangha, sharing your book. Count on us with the students and for sharing the parallels of what we as Buddhists, Jodo Shinshu Buddhists, can practice and be aware of our climate as part of our daily lives, and how we practice to take care of our the earth that we live on. So thank you. Now will everyone please rise for the recitation of the Golden Chain, can be found on page 90 of the service book, and then remain standing for the Gatha Buddha Loves You on page 106. The Golden Chain. I am a link in Amida's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and we will all attain perfect peace. Gasho. Namo Amitabs. Namo Amitabs. Namo Amitabs. Namo Amitabs. Namo Amitabs. Thank you. And if you could turn to page 106 of the service book for the singing of the Gatha in Lumini's garden. Oh, I'm sorry. Buddha loves you. Buddha loves you. Little bird, Buddha loves you, little bird. Tweet, 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 tweet. Run, run, little wow, 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 wow. Don't cry, Buddha loves you, kitty cat. Mew, 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 mew. Swim, swim, little fish. Buddha loves you, little fish. Thank you. You may be seated. You know, when I was growing up, coming to Dharma School, I think we sang that song, Buddha Loves You, every Sunday. Every Sunday. Even during the month of April, especially during the time of when we observe Hanamatsuri, we always sang Buddha Loves You. So thank you to Anne for playing Buddha Loves You for us this morning. Okay. Speaking of April, we have birthdays to observe this month. Anybody who has a birthday in April, you're welcome to come up to Oshoko, offer incense, and okay, so is there anyone else? The month of April? No? Okay. Maybe you can introduce yourself in there when your birthday.
I'm Juliana, and my birthday is April 8th.
Hi, I'm Wendy, and my birthday is April 5th.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. Okay. we'll sing Happy Birthday, Dharma Friends. Happy to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Dharma friends, happy birthday to you. Well, congratulations, and you may help yourself to a birthday gift. Well, Juliana said her birthday's on April 8th. Boy, what's significant from April 8th? Flynn? That's right. That's the day of the Buddha's birthday. So Juliana is very special. Okay. Are there any announcements at this time?
The Junior YBA is hosting Mother's Day breakfast on Sunday, May 11th from 8:30 to 9:45 in the annex. Breakfast will be a delicious serving of miso soup, sausage and egg, rice, fruit, and a beverage. Cost is just $10 each for breakfast. Moms eat free. We hope to see you there. Thank you. Oh, and see any Junior YBA member for tickets.
This is to remind everybody that the temple will be having its annual Japanese Cultural Bazaar on Sunday, June 1st. Temple members, if you have not picked up your raffle tickets, please pick them up in the back of the hondo. We are also in need of volunteers. There is a sign-up sheet down in the office. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Bob, and for those who haven't been here the last few weeks, I want to announce camping for the Dharma School. We are going camping and want to invite everybody May 23rd, 24th, and 25th. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't have to go all 3 nights, so you can come one night, or you can come for the afternoon if you like. We're going to camp at Burnt Rancheria campsite. I don't know if it's a state or what, but it's in the Laguna Mountains. It's very beautiful, and there's a wonderful view of the desert overlooking. You're at 6,000 feet altitude. There are amenities there, bathrooms, a general store. So we invite you to come. If you want to come and have more details, please ask me after the service. Thank you.
Hi. 3 quick announcements. One is, Lorraine already did this, but she asked me to do this again. If you have any items in the freezer or refrigerator, the BWA is going to be cleaning it out in preparation for our afternoon tea. So please make sure that it gets out before by Thursday, this Thursday. The second announcement is we only have a few more seats left at our afternoon tea, so it's not too late to sign up, even though the original deadline was today. But anyway, we're going to be opening for a few more days, so let me know or one of the BWA members know if you want to sign up. And for those who are already signed up, I just want to let you know that there's part of the activities is going to be a hat contest. So there's going to be 4 prizes for different hats, and that is most attractive hat, humorous, most tea-like, like you would wear to a tea, and then the most unique. So anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. So please sign up. It's going to be on May 3rd from 2 to 5. Thanks.
I have a couple announcements. Last Sunday, we had after Hanamatsuri was our Tostada Bingo fundraiser, and also Dharma School had its bake sale fundraiser. So thank you to everyone who participated in both and for supporting the fundraisers. The proceeds from the event are going to go toward the Buddhist Churches of America's Southern California Wildfire Relief Fund. And the total amount that was collected from last week's fundraising events, $2,150, which will be donated to the fund. So thank you very much for your participation with that. And then today, for hospitality, we have a special treat. The Rubio family, they're making, preparing beef and vegetarian burritos and nachos. Okay, so please join us for hospitality downstairs for that. There's going to be a donation jar for that, so if you'd like to put in a small donation toward that, toward the burritos and nachos, please do so. Thank you very much. And those proceeds will also be donated toward the Wildfire Relief Fund. Okay, that concludes the Dharma School portion of today's service. So we'd like to thank Mr. Climate T-shirt for sharing his Dharma message to the students, and the students and staff are welcome to come up for to burn incense and proceed to your classes. Oh, we do? Oh, okay. When are you going to do that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. And now we'll continue with the adult portion of today's service, and we'll have the recitation of the Vandana T. Sarana, and that is on page 96 of the service book, and that will be led by Arturo Sensei. Thank you.
Please join me from the beginning where it says leader. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Kie Butsu. Namo Kie Ho. Namo Kieso. Gasho. Namo Amidabetsu. Namo Amidabetsu. Namo Amidabetsu. Namandavs, namandavs, namandavs.
And now Arturo Sensei will share his Dharma message for this morning.
Please join me in Gasho. The Tathagata appears in the triple world, which is like a decaying old house on fire, to rescue sentient beings from the fire of birth, old age, illness, and death, anxiety, sorrow, suffering, distress, delusion, blindness, and the three poisons of greed, hatred, and ignorance. Gasho, Namo Amidabetsu, Namo Amidabetsu, Namo Amidabetsu, Namandabs, Namandabs, Namandabs. Good morning. The excerpt I just read is from the Lotus Sutra, specifically from a section where the Buddha narrates the parable of the burning house to his disciple Sariputra. In this parable, the Buddha tells the story of a wealthy man who owned a very large but old house. The house had been very fancy at one time, but over the years and due to a lack of upkeep, it fell into a state of decay. The wood was rotting, the walls were cracked and almost falling, the pillars were rotten, and the beams and crossbars were broken. A fire breaks out inside the house and quickly spreads everywhere. The man decides to escape, but knows that his children are still inside, amused in their games. They're so absorbed in their games that they don't pay attention to the burning house. The man yells to his kids, imploring them to leave the house quickly. The children, who are still focused on their games, ignore their father and make no attempt to get out. The man, worried for his children, decides to change tactics. Knowing their likes, he calls the children again, promising them rewards they will receive once they're outside. He specifically promises them 3 wagons, each pulled by a different animal, one pulled by an ox, another pulled by a goat, and the other pulled by a deer. Upon hearing this, the children run and gather outside and ask their father to give them their promised rewards. The man then gives each child a luxurious wagon pulled by an ox. The children receive their wagons with delight, and they travel on them to extraordinary places they never knew existed. What exactly does this parable represent? In this story, the burning house represents the world of samsara, the recurring cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It was mentioned that the house was in a state of decay. This can be interpreted as leading a monotonous existence in which we live merely by habit without realizing that we can have a better life. The fire represents suffering, sickness, all things that cause us pain. We are those children that are so focused on activities and things that give us pleasure that we choose to ignore those that cause us long-term pain. The Buddha is that father that knows our likes and inclinations. He knows what to promise us so that we pay attention and leave this cycle of samsara, this burning house. The wagons represent various spiritual practices, different means to reach enlightenment. In this parable, the father promises 3 wagons, each pulled by different animals, an ox, a goat, and a deer. But in the end, he gives each child the same kind of vehicle, a wagon pulled by a very strong ox. This wagon represents the Mahayana teachings. commonly known as the Great Vehicle, the only vehicle needed to reach enlightenment. After receiving the gift, each child uses it to travel to fantastic places. They enjoy their vehicle so much that they wonder what exactly made them want to stay and play in that decrepit old house that was slowly being consumed by fire. They were so engrossed in their games that they were unaware of everything that existed outside the house, all those new places to visit and experiences to enjoy. This is a very old parable, written about 2,000 years ago, but it occurred to me that for a modern audience, an amusement park could also be seen as a metaphor for samsara. I thought of this after my wife and I visited Universal Studios several years ago. Let's see how we can interpret this. Early in the morning, we enter this fantasy world and we're immediately bombarded by all kinds of entertainment and products. Toys, clothing, food, drinks, park memberships, and many other things. Just like life, the day is a constant shift between suffering and pleasure. Especially for us who are not that young anymore, there comes a time during our visit to the amusement park when the body demands rest. But there is always one more show to go watch or some ride to get on. And talking about rides, these are the ones that resemble the experience of samsara the most. In some cases, especially if it's a new attraction, people stand in line for hours to get on a ride that will only last a few minutes. This is representative of what our existence is like. We spend too much time and effort on things that will only give us temporary pleasure, but we're never satisfied. So then we need to go search for the next amusement. As I mentioned before, the day at an amusement park is a constant shift between suffering and pleasure. Walk, stand in line for 30 to 60 minutes to get on a ride, enjoy it for a couple minutes, get out, walk some more, stand in line for the next ride, enjoy it for a couple minutes, get out and walk some more, go eat, then walk some more, stand in line to watch a show, walk some more, buy souvenirs at one of the many stores at the park, and continue walking. Most of the time, we are going from one place to another, feeling that tiredness in our legs, that thirst that constantly nags us, that strong heat if it's a warm season. And what happens if we take advantage of the 2 days for the price of one deal? Well, the next day we return and do it all over again. Right there, we have the perfect example of the cycle of death and rebirth. We may also be reminded of what Rennyo Shonin wrote in his letter on white ashes. We may have radiant faces in the morning, but by evening we may turn into white ashes. It's the same thing when we go to an amusement park. We arrive fresh in the morning, but when we leave in the evening, we're dead tired. In this case, we're just talking about one day, but it's the same thing with our life. It's impermanent. It's constantly changing. Everything that is born dies. Youth turns to old age someday, and in the end, death arrives. Now, some people would think that the story of the burning house or the metaphor of the amusement park tells us to reject everything that is fleeting, everything that gives us temporary pleasure or entertainment. This with the purpose of finding long-term spiritual benefits. Not necessarily. The purpose of the story is to make us aware that not everything in life must be a constant search for material goods, riches, or those experiences that bring us pleasure. Those things are not bad in and of themselves. We just need to understand and accept that they're transient, they're temporary. The pleasure, the novelty, or emotion that we may feel for them will also be temporary. We don't need to reject everything, become monks, and retire from society. Simply, we should have the right perspective. We should find a balance in our lives. We should not forget that there are other aspects that provide longer-lasting benefits and enjoyment to us, our friends, our family, the teachings. Now, being that today's service commemorates Earth Day, how could we fail to see the image of a burning house as a critique of our present collective existence? Our good friend, Roger Coppock, AKA Mr. Climate T-shirt, or should I have said it the other way around? He would agree that we are living in a burning house, and the flames keep growing and growing exponentially. We are like children, absorbed in our daily lives while everything around us burns. Will we ever listen to those voices that compel us not to run out of this burning house, but to stay and hand in hand work together to stop the flames from growing, to eventually extinguish them, and to let this house, our good earth, begin healing? What kind of reward needs to be offered to get us to listen? Because a simple explanation such as, the reward will be that your house doesn't burn down someday, is apparently not working. Will there be a time, generations into the future, when our descendants look back and wonder how we could have ever thought that as a global community, we could just continue with our self-centered existence, thinking that there would be no consequences? May we all one day learn to listen, to understand that we are living in a burning house, and to collectively do something about it. I will end my Dharma talk with these words from the Buddha, also from the Lotus Sutra. Please join me in Gassho. Although sentient beings are immersed in sorrows, they rejoice and play. They are not aware, shocked, startled, or disgusted, nor they seek the release. Running around in the burning house of the triple world, they experience great suffering, and yet they do not realize it. Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namandabs, namandabs, namandabs. Thank you.
Thank you, Arturo Sensei, for your Dharma message and for sharing the message that our lives are full of the world of samsara. Okay. Will everyone please rise for the Gatha Ondok-san, and that can be found on page 128. Thank you. You may be seated. And now we will have a closing music meditation. So if you could place your palms together in Gassho. Just practice good. Do good for others without thinking of making yourself known so that you may gain reward. Really bring benefit to others, gaining nothing for yourself. This is the primary requisite for breaking free of attachment to self. Gasho. Namo Amidabs. Namo Amidabs. Namo Amidabs. Namo Amidabs. Well, this concludes our service for today on Earth Day, the commemoration of Earth Day. And I'd like to thank our CMA team for conducting today's service, led by Arturo Rubio, and with the assistance from Yukari Williams, Bill Teague, and Noriko Kawai. Thank you to Ann Ong for providing the musical accompanist today, and to our tech team of Ricky Cheeks and Brevin Honda for helping provide the live stream for those who are not able to join us today. And so please join us downstairs for hospitality in the dining room, and have a wonderful rest of your day on this beautiful Sunday. You're welcome to burn incense as you exit the Hondo this morning. So thank you for attending, and we'll see you all next Sunday.